Okay, so good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's class. And as we have done the literature portion, the writing skills, a lot of grammar, so let's do some vocabulary today. Cornucopia of vocabulary. Cornucopia means when there is plenty of something good, okay, of a similar kind, okay, large supply of something. So this is the cornucopia of vocabulary. You also use these words as, the cornucopia of uh, pleasant memories. You also say the cornucopia of flowers. During spring, there was a cornucopia of flowers, cornucopia of fruits, cornucopia of corn, and so on. Something that is in large supply. So this is the cornucopia of vocabulary. Today we are going to focus on the words and idioms which have something to do with weather. Okay. Now these are just the words. The idioms will come later. These words, some words describe a particular kind of weather, and there is a difference between two kinds. That is why I've given them as uh, together so that you can see how they are different. Okay, and some words relate to weather, but not as a description of weather. Okay, all right. So, children, as you saw here, the first word is blizzard. So, blizzard is a huge, big snowstorm. Okay, with strong winds of 35 miles per hour or more. This is a blizzard, and the usage is the airplane couldn't take off because of the blizzard. Okay, so this is a blizzard. Now, flurries are, on the contrary, is also a kind of snowfall, but a very light snowfall. Okay, and flurries means there are a few. The usages, there are a few flurries, but the snow isn't sticking to the roads. Okay, so flurry is the nice, uh, the beautiful kind of snowfall that you all imagine that once we'll be standing under the falling snow, and this is what we want to be. We do not want to be in a blizzard. We want to be in a flurry. Okay, usually Christmas movies, you see right before Christmas, the snow starts falling. If you've seen the Father of the Bride, just before the wedding there is a flurry. Okay, so these are flurries. Now the word, since I'd given two words related to snow, I chose the word ablation. Now ablation is a word that means um, that relates to the reduction in the volume of glacial ice, okay, by the combined processes of melting, evaporation, and carving. So searches were delayed until June when snow ablation was 90% complete. So here in this picture, you will see, children, this melting ice, which is like converting into um, water. Okay. So this is ablation. So ablation is not just thawing of ice or melting or evaporation. It's like the process. All of these processes form ablation of glacial ice. I think if I'm not wrong, you must have read this word in geography. And um, after ablation, then the rivers form from glaciers. Okay. Now, this is not something that can be seen, but this is how you describe weather. Okay, muggy. So, calm air that is warm and extremely humid. Okay, I can imagine how muggy it must be in Mumbai right now or in Kolkata. The weather must be really muggy. So this is what is muggy. Okay, when you're sweating a lot, it's warm, and um, it's uh, the whole thing, makes you very unpleasant. Okay, makes the whole thing is uh, this puts you off it. You're not in a mood to do anything. You feel so lethargic, and that is what muggy air does to you. So this is muggy, warm, extremely humid. So the next word is acclimatization. Acclimatization means um, how we adapt to a climate change in the environment. Now, this is an actual poster of um, worldwide trekking where they have used this word. This is a very common word used in trekking because when you have reached the base camp, okay, especially in mountaineering, when you reach the base camp, you stay there for a while so that your organs, your internal organs, your respiratory system, your lungs, they can get acclimatized to the altitudes that you're going to go, okay, higher altitudes, and also to the colder winds, the drop in the temperature. So when you are there for a while, it helps your body get used to the new kind of environment. Okay. So this is what acclimatization means. So when you go up into the mountains, allow yourself a little time for your lungs to acclimate to the high elevation, to the higher altitudes. Now, can we use these words in our sentences? Any sentence that you can think of related to these words? I will come back to this slide and see if we can use these words in sentences of our own. You can raise your hands. Yes, Ishan.
Breaking news. There is very muggy weather in Mumbai, Kolkata, and Gujarat.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Yes, Tanisha.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta, frame a
Good
sentence.
morning.
Good morning.
Ma'am, I'll be telling the sentence on blizzard.
Sure.
A car driving down the road is nearly hidden by the blizzard.
Nearly.
Hidden by the blizzard.
Okay. Yes, Zainab.
Flurries are common before Christmas.
Good. Tanisha, one more.
No.
One more sentence. Okay. Ablation. Can anyone frame a sentence using ablation? Yes, Jeet.
And the rivers are formed by the accretion of the glaciers.
Yes.
Ma'am, one more.
Okay, Ishan, one more.
Ma'am, the ablation in Antarctica started melting.
Ma'am, because of
Ablation.
ablation, global warming is caused.
Very good. I was coming to this. The The sea levels are rising every year because of ablation in the at the poles. The huge masses of snow that is there, ice at the poles, that is causing ablation. Yes, Tanmay.
Ma'am, the sentence is the Atlanta night was muggy.
Uh-huh.
The Atlanta night was muggy and dark.
Atlanta night was muggy and Atlanta. Can it be so warm there? I doubt it. Okay. All right, Tanmay. Okay, children. So let's move on to the idioms now. Right. So the idioms related to weather that we're going to use today are as right as rain, be snowed under, it never rains but it pours, take a rain check, under the weather. I want to know how many of you um, have a rough idea what these would mean. I do not want you to use them into sentences. Don't use them in your sentences right now, but just in case you know any of these and you can give me the meaning. As right as rain, be snowed under, it never rains but it pours, take a rain check, under the weather. Anyone? Yes, Tanmay, beta, which one?
As right as rain.
What do you think this means?
Some people come again and again.
Okay. No, but good guess. Yes, Manan?
Ma'am, under the weather.
What does it mean?
Ma'am means not very well or feeling sick.
Yes, very good. So under the weather means this. So I was hoping that somebody would be able to give me the answer of at least this one. Thank you. Okay. So let's move on. So as right as rain means to feel fine and healthy. Okay. Like you can say I was under the weather last week, but now I am as right as rain. Okay. So what are the other words for let's see the usage first. Don't worry about me, I'm as right as rain after my knee operation. Okay, so what are the other words for right as rain? Fit, robust, strong, vigorous, in the pink, well, hardy, right, sturdy. So this means that as right as rain means to feel fine and healthy. This is um, a word related to your health, an idiom related to health. See the nice garland of eaten bread that this pigeon is wearing around his neck. Anyway, yes. Be snowed under. I'm snowed under, at work right now because two of my colleagues are on holiday. So to be snowed under means to be overburdened with work. Right now we are snowed under um, at work with work because there are no maids and then we have to take classes also. Okay, so right now I'm snowed under, right? Lot of work at home and preparing for the lessons as well, finding nice pictures and making nice ppts, and that takes time. So right now I really am snowed under. So to be overburdened with work. And see the picture, I've added nice pictures so that when you visualize that picture and when you hear this, read this idiom anytime again. To be snowed under, this picture will be there, and you can, remember what this would mean. So this guy is really snowed under. All right. It never rains, but it pours. Now, this is a funny illustration of a very sad situation. Only a person who is going through a situation like this can understand the seriousness of things. So it never rains, but it pours means when things are going wrong, other bad things also start happening uh, simultaneously. Like like there's a saying in Hindi, "Musibat kabhi akeli nahi aati hai." Okay, so look at this man in the sentence. First, he lost his keys to the house, and then his wallet, and then his car broke down. It never rains, but it pours. So there sometimes, there are problems, and then they come in a big row. Okay, in a long row. You cannot you manage to solve one, and the other one comes up. So this is what it means. Like in this picture, this man is without oars. Okay, and somehow I couldn't get the entire picture here. This was really funny because there were like sharks. You can see the shark swim, the shark fin over here. There were like sharks all around him. He is without oars. Okay, see the oars. The boat is there, but the oars are not there. It's raining already, and then I think the bird comes and then I think it poops right on his head or drops something at him. I don't know what happens. But then, yes, this man is really in a very tight situation, or in a soup, as you call it. When you're in a lot of trouble, say, oh, don't bother me right now. I'm in a soup. Okay. So this is another one. It never rains, but it pours. Okay. So to take a rain check, to rain check take a rain check means decline something now but offer to do it at a later date. Thanks for inviting me to dinner, but I can't this week. Can I take a rain check on that? So when you're taking a rain check on that, on something, you are declining the current offer, but you say that, okay, whenever next time you have a party, I am joining it. Whenever next time there's a poetry reading at your place, I'm going to come. So this is what we mean by taking a rain check. Look at the picture. Take a rain check, then the boy is there, with the invitation, party time and all is given, the address is given, and then the girl says maybe next time. So this girl is taking a rain check here, and see this boy's face. So it is taking a rain check. I'll take a rain check on that. I'll do it at a later date. Under the weather, as Manan said, when you're not feeling well. So Paul isn't coming with us because he feels a little under the weather. So remember this picture. The weather is right there on top, on top of his head. See, the clouds are there. There is a lightning. There's lightning. It's raining, and so this guy is under the weather. And the thermometer in his mouth tells you that he is sick. Okay, so pictures are really a good way of studying the idioms because that helps that idiom, the meaning, stay in your mind for at least some time till you internalize it. Okay, like we were also taught these idioms when I was in school using a lot of flashcards. Okay, those days in the best of schools there were no computers. The smart classes were out of question, but then there were posters and flashcards which our teachers used to use in the class. And I'm sure um, there was this some kind of resource room must have been there where all these charts and all were placed. Like right now we have smart classes. In our days, I remember there used to be big maps, huge rolls, the bhaiyas used to bring, and there were pegs at the top of the board, okay, where these the charts used to be hung. Say anything, the digestive system, the respiratory system, the globes, the globes were of course there, but then the maps, the world map, everything, you see. And our days, the blackboards used to be huge, the classrooms used to be very big. So you can imagine, and it was used to be, like a huge atlas. Every day whenever we were studying some chapter, and where there were longitudes and latitudes and all to be studied, there were these charts which used to be rolled down, okay, and then we could see everything clearly. Another thing, one more fascinating thing that I remember from my school days was, um, we used to have, whenever we had these geometry classes, and um, I remember the teachers coming with giant size, um, the the protractors and the set squares, the compass, giant size, big ones, okay, as big as 2-3 books put together. And then the all the constructions, all the theorems, everything used to be explained, and we had the entire angle, whatever it was drawn right there in front of us. And it could be done using a chalk, because the compasses were like so huge, and you know um, that is how it happened. And the other, in the junior classes also, the experiments, teachers used to come to the class with a tray. That happens till today, okay, till date also. Teachers come and then they show you the experiment right there. So this used to happen. So the way classes, I am not sure about other schools, but my school was a really good school. So we had all of these things. We had a lot of facilities. These were actually the facilities which uh, set the schools apart from each other, one kind of school from the other. So this is how we had studied. Now we have smart classes and all. I'm sure my school also has the smart class and all that today. But those days, and we used to have a boarding, and then we used to have coachings and sports coaches. The boarders especially used to be there in all the teams, because the boarders could be there in the evening, and the boarders could get the sports coaching. So that's how our teams and all were made. And we had sports like hockey, which is not there in most of the schools these days. All right. So now we come to the next. So what I was telling you is, when you see things, you remember. And then after a while, you may forget the picture, but by then, that word or that idiom has become a part of your vocabulary. Okay. So this is a very good way. That is why I've used pictures. Now, can we use these idioms in our sentences? I will come back to the slide where the idioms are there. And you can raise your hands. And oh, the hands are already raised here. Bani,
Ma'am, I also have a doubt.
हाँ बेटा.
Ma'am, we can use the idiom like take a rain check, like right now, like the situation is going. We can also use like we are just saying our mother that we will do this work afterwards.
No, it is. It's only said when you are declining an invitation. It is not used for postponing something.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
I have a sentence with under the weather.
Okay. You seem to be under the weather, Bani.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
She has just returned from her vacation, but she is feeling under the weather and has a running nose.
Very good. Okay. Good usage, Bani. I'm so glad you
Right.
understood this so well. Prabgun,
They were snowed under with complaints about working conditions.
okay. Complaints snowed under with
They
actually
were
it meant
snowed
they
under.
were burdened with work.
Yes.
Huh. So the complaints with working conditions, um, does
Ma'am,
it
the
form too
sentence
much?
was they were snowed under with complaints about working conditions.
They were facing complaints from the employees about being snowed under with work. The
Yes.
complaints, see, the complaints have to be about being snowed under work. Then only the sentence is going to be right. But if you say, I am
Okay,
snowed
ma'am.
under complaints, that would be wrong. I can only be snowed under work, according to this idiom. Okay. So, snowed
Yes.
under means, being overburdened by work. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Kushagra.
Ma'am, I would like to say on be snowed under.
Okay.
I was snowed under the holiday homework.
No, you will not be snowed under holiday homework.
No, ma'am, I was just giving an example.
I am also giving an example.
Ma'am, you will not give any holiday homework.
Yeah, so much like you, Kushagra, to be asking that. Can you expect that to happen? No, I will be giving you holiday homework. We already discussed and decided in the department what all kind of holiday homework we'll be giving. But it's not much. It's not much at all. It's something that we
Thank
can
you, ma'am.
how. So English, the holiday homework is going to be, and I hope it's going to be interesting. You find it interesting also. I'm still in the process of finalizing it. Anika, how nice to see you raising your hand today. How are you, beta?
I would. Ma'am, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good too.
Ma'am, I will be speaking of snowed under.
Okay.
Our mothers are being snowed under the work of homes during lockdown.
Yes. My mother is snowed under a lot of household chores these days. So I'm lending her a hand. So when you lend a hand, what does it mean? You are helping. Okay. Yes, Anika? Okay. Tanisha. One second. Yes, Tanisha. What's happening? Yes, beta.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Ma'am, I'll be telling the sentence on it never rains but it pours.
Superb. Yes.
Okay. First, Tom lost his job, then his wife fell ill. It never rains but it pours.
Good. Very good. Thank you. Geet,
Thank
yes,
you, ma'am.
beta.
I will be telling the sentence for take a rain check.
Good. Try.
Ma'am, sentence is thank you for inviting me on your birthday, but this time I can't. So can I take a rain check on that?
That means you'll go next year.
Yes, ma'am.
No. For a birthday party, you should not use this because next time it's your birthday party, I'll come. So that would be like next year. Right?
Ma'am, but we can use in that also, na?
Take care. If you want to make a promise that is going to last, like a promise to come next year.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. All right. Raghav, we haven't heard from you today. Yes, beta.
Ma'am, I will speak on rain check.
Okay.
I will take a rain check on the party tonight.
Okay. the sentence should seem as if you are talking to the host, then only the usage of this idiom is justified. Okay. So can you rephrase your sentence to make it look like you're talking to the, see, when you are declining an invitation, you do not decline it right before, when you're not able to come. You're declining an invitation. You're not saying that, sorry, I had accepted the invitation, but now I'm not coming in. Okay. So this is not the situation. The exact situation is at the time of declining an invitation, at the same time promising that the next time I'm going to come, right? So can you rephrase your sentence? Anyone else? Yes, Shashwat.
Ma'am, I would say the sentence on take a rain check.
Yes, yes.
I would take a rain check for going outside my house.
Beta, Shashwat, you're using it literally. You remember the Sakaros? They used to literally
Yes.
take a rain check. Okay. We are talking of the idiomatic use.
No, I would deny for going outside my house as the coronavirus is there.
Huh. So okay. So whenever for the next 2 months, if anyone invites me to a party, I'm going to take a rain check on that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. As right as rain, nobody has said. Yes, Prabgun, one more answer from you.
Ma'am, I will be speaking from as right as rain.
Ha, good.
After the treatment, he is as right as rain now.
Okay, good. Tanmay, Soni? Somehow I'm not able to unmute Tanmay. All right.
Ma'am,
Yes,
I will
Tanmay.
speak on as right as rain.
Okay.
Ma'am, I will speak on as right as rain.
Okay, beta.
Ma'am, I have two sentences. The first sentence is that on the holidays he was very ill, but now he is right as rain. And ma'am, the second sentence is if she had only worked on it another week, everything would have been as right as rain.
So everything would have been as right as rain. There I find a slight error, because when we are talking about being as right as rain, it is related to health only, the physical health of a person. So it
Okay,
has to
ma'am.
be used for this rather than for the good conditions. Okay, what you are using it in the second part of the sentences for something, the right situation, the right condition. Okay, but it's not used for that. Yes, Shauna?
Okay.
Ma'am, I will speak on under the weather.
Okay, beta.
Ma'am, my friend didn't come school today because he was under the weather.
He's feeling under the weather. Very good. Okay, great, children. Very nice. Okay, so let's move on. It's almost time. There is one word which had come here, and I repeatedly see people, hear people mispronouncing the word. Usually everyone pronounces this as colleagues, okay, which is wrong. The correct pronunciation is colleague. So C-A-L-L, call, eek. All right, this is the right pronunciation. And I want to leave you with a quotation, since this would be our last class. Tomorrow you do not have the English class. So G.B. Shaw, okay, he's the Irish English writer, and he has left us with not only a good, body of literature, but also brilliant quotations. A lifetime of happiness, no man alive could bear it. It would be hell on earth. What he means is that if there is only happiness, it would be so boring. You would be bored to death. It will be so hellish to be only happy. Okay. So he says that the right measure of sad moments, happy moments, all kinds of, events, that is what life is made up of. And that is what makes life livable and happy. So on this note, I would like to tell you children that, we are going through an unprecedented situation right now. We haven't seen anything like this before, and we have done things during this past month, that we did not know we were capable of doing. Okay, managing everything, doing all the housework, and learning new things, and then taking classes, and you people also, you know taking your classes like this, and being there, at the right time, and uh, studying like this. Okay, and helping at home, and being able to stay away from your friends, being able to stay away from things that you love to do. Okay, I know how you people waited for the bell to ring, at even before the bell rang at 2:20. You people were, going with your change of clothes to the washrooms to change, and then how excited you used to be for the activity time. And all of that is gone, and today ma'am shared you must have received it by now. There's going to be a talk by Nilose sir, and I remembered Shashwat Rege, how he used to loathe waiting for any extra classes, and he wanted to go out to play, and everyone else was like that. Everyone wanted to be on the field and play. So right now, the children are all caught inside the house, and my child is also there. I know, I can feel the frustration sometimes, but then, this is what life is. And as long as we are indoors, we are safe. You have to remember this. On this note, I would like to thank you all for being here and for being such good, lovely students. See you all next time whenever we do, and maybe on Zoom again. And till then, stay happy, stay safe, everyone, and love you all. I'll miss you also during the classes. And if for anything you want help, you are free to message me. Okay. Yes, Prabgun, you want to say something, beta?
No, ma'am.
Okay, your hand was up. All right, children. So enjoy your holidays, children, and be good. Do your work. Okay. Bye, children.
Ma'am,
One minute.
ma'am, can you tell me what,
Bye,
ma'am,
ma'am.
as right as rain would be a simile?
What, beta?
Ma'am, as right as rain would be a simile,
No,
not be an item.
no. This is an idiom. This is an idiom. Okay. When it is used, when it is used, this is an idiom when it is used literally. Okay, not idiomatically. Then it can be a simile. All right. But because this is already a recognized idiom, okay, so it will always be used in that sense. Okay, as right as rain. Right? It will never be used literally. Fine. So, okay, children. Yes, Ishan. Okay, bye, children. See you soon.